have, in our work, in our business, I hate to use the art form, that knows who I am and knows who I came from. I know who he is. I know his friends at that time. Some are still alive. Some of mine are still alive. We were street people, in a way. It was a working class neighborhood, not as poverty-ridden as, let's say, Los Olvidados, or but but close because we were living on the Bowery, and the Bowery at that time was the end of life for so many men and some women. They were dying in the streets, basically. And so poverty was with us everywhere. I mean, our families were. His family, his father, I didn't realize until years later that his father was a famous artist. I didn't know. But he liked being with us. We were like working class people, or lower working class, In any event, he knew the people that I made the films about. In fact, he just put in his new film, where he plays Lucky Luciano and Frank Costello, 2 parts he plays in Barry Levinson's new film. He put in Robert Uricola, who was our close friend back in 1963. He put him in as an actor. He's still around. And so, in any event, Bob, bottom line, I got to work with him I met him again through Brian De Palma. I didn't realize he became an actor. He knew I was becoming a director. And so we worked on Mean Streets. He knew who the film was about. He knew the people. He knew Johnny Boy, the character it's based on, who's still alive, by the way. It's amazing. And in any event, during that period, and particularly during Taxi Driver, I found that he surprised me, and he was not afraid. What I mean by surprised me, he would say, I want to try something. And he'd say, I said, don't tell me, just show me. And invariably, I liked it. Like, are you talking to me? Come on. No. It was perfect. So in any event, there was a bond and a trust. But that bond and trust with De Niro went through some difficult times, and then it came to fruition in Raging Bull. And what I mean by that is that by that point, we found a great similarity in ourselves. We couldn't express it, we never verbalized it, but we felt the same way about many things. And there was a lack of a certain kind of vanity. He said to me at one point, if the scene plays on my back, and the other actor's face is forward, and the whole scene plays better that way, play it. Don't take a close-up on it. If it's good for the film. Since then, things have changed. We've gotten older. And he introduced me to Leo DiCaprio. And I found that Leo, even though there's a 30-year difference, he has similar sensibilities, and he has the same bravery. It's crazy. He's pretty fearless, pretty much. And we did Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I mean, we were like, okay. But he's doing that? Yeah, we're doing that, all right. Okay, we're going to do it. Okay. But in any event, it was testing each other and making me grow as a filmmaker, because he made me become excited each day to get on the set. I'm 80 years old. When I was doing Wolf, I think I was 72 or 73, and you get there in the morning, and all of a sudden the actors would be like, hey, and then, and him, and he, hey, come on, I'm going to do this, and suddenly my spirits are up, because even Jerry Lewis said this the last time I interviewed him. He said, and he was 93, he said, in the morning I come on the set, if I'm not enjoying myself, and enjoying yourself could mean being angry, being difficult, being complaining, but that's part of the enjoyment. And if I'm not enjoying myself, something is artistically wrong and I shouldn't be there. And that's the key. So with Leo and Bob, it's a sense of real trust. A similar trust we have with Lily, by the way, or with Margot Robbie on Wolf, and even on Silence with Andrew and Adam, and all the Japanese actors, So we had this bond, and I like working with that. And as far as me as a filmmaker, after 50 some odd years, I never thought I'd be here. I just never did. So I kind of wiped it all away. I made those movies, but I guess I'm the same person, but now I'm different, I think. And I think I'm trying to find the style, not consciously, but that comes organically from me as to how to interpret a scene visually with Rodrigo, even with which lights we had. Remember the mother going to sleep in the other room with the little lamp? You know? How to interpret those scenes visually that I haven't done before. Not because I don't want to do it because I did it, but because I lived through that. I can't express myself that way anymore. Even with camera movement. I find that because today, with the media, and I don't use it in a bad way, I just say there's so much information, with barrage by images, that the image doesn't mean anything anymore. All it's there for is to grab your attention. That's all. To buy something or whatever. But what does an image mean then? What does a shot mean? You know, and this is going to be this is what's so exciting. I won't be around to see it, but your generations are all the ones who are going to be doing these new things and creating. I mean, cinema may not be the way I grew up with it, you know, in the 40s, 50s, and 60s on a big screen anymore, but it's going to be something else, you know, and this is kind of exciting.